Well, hello everybody and welcome to the channel. And I've kind of taken a little bit of a week off, I'd say. It's been roughly a week since the last time I did a video. I've been sick the last week and I'm still sounding a little stuffy, so if you catch a little bit of that in the video, that explains kind of like my absence for the last week or so. So I've been brainstorming with what I was going to do for some upcoming videos, and I've got some ideas, and I decided to do this really quick pickups video because I've kind of run into the end of my steady stream of games I had coming in. I only have a few pre-ordered games coming out basically for the rest of this year. I had one thing I thought was going to be coming in last week, but it didn't come in. There's no telling when it's going to be. It's kind of a Kickstarter funded game, so release date subject to change on something like that. So I've got 7 games here and a movie, sort of. I thought I'd show these off, and then these pickup videos will probably start going about once a month, if even that, or they'll just be super short because I'll show off one thing. But anyway, let's jump on into this pickups that I've done recently. I'm going to start with this one and only PS2 game that I got, and it's a game called Sitting Ducks. And if you notice down here by where my finger is tapping, it's from a game company called Hip Games. You may remember them from one of my recent favorite games entries of the game called Dog's Life. I was doing a little looking up about Dog's Life and decided to look into that company, Hip Games, who made it, and I found out that they put this game out around about the same time. This is apparently based on some sort of a kid's cartoon about this crocodile and this duck, and the game itself just looks like a kid's platformer game with the duck and the crocodile and them having all kinds of crazy adventures. It says things like 50 totally different main missions, colorful and detailed graphics, the TV series in real time, many surprises to discover, ice skating, soccer game, water polo, etc. I don't know, I just figured as much as I love Dog's Life, maybe something else that this company put out might tickle my fancy, so I picked that up. I'm going to show a couple Xbox 360 games. First one here, Beowulf, the game. Managed to get myself another game that ended up having a ding in the case. One of these days I'm going to pick myself up a bunch of extra cases for all my console games. Never saw the movie of this. No, it doesn't always have the greatest reviews. The video game may not be any better, but it was really, really cheap. And so I just thought, for I think $3 or $4, it was worth it. And I got 2 360 games that I bought from a friend at work. For $10 a piece, I got Halo Combat Evolved. This is the anniversary edition that was remastered in HD for the 360. I've never played the original Halo. I really haven't played any Halo game except for the ODST game. But this will be my chance to give Halo a whirl. I do have some of the other Halo games in my collection, but it was never a big deal for me. First-person shooter games have never been a really big deal, but every once in a while there are exceptions. Halo might be one, and then the other game that I bought is definitely one. Because I really like the original Doom games, not that I've ever really beat them or played a lot of time on them, but Doom 3 was, like an updated modern version of it. This is Doom 3 BFG edition. And it was another game my friend was going to get rid of, so I offered to pick it up from him. So kind of cool to have both of those 2 games in my collection now. The last 3 games were some Nintendo Wii pickups that I had. I don't get a lot of Wii games. There's only a select group of games for the Wii that really interest me, and I kind of nailed all of those already. Zelda, the Operation Rainfall trilogy of games, and a few other things, which I'll show off in a collection video for that. But there were a few games kind of on the outside of the bubble for me that I decided I wanted to pick up, and these were all cheap, and I got them in really good condition. So the first one is Red Steel. I know that this game has a little bit of a reputation for not being the most responsive in its controls, even though it was kind of a highlight title for the Wii remote, which I just happen to have mine sitting here since my daughter plays Disney Infinity on the Wii. But I still wanted to see how this was going to play, and then of course there was the sequel, Red Steel 2, which I also picked up, and is designed for the Wii Motion Plus. I haven't heard much feedback though on whether or not it plays any better than the first one. But I feel like they're kind of essential Wii titles. They kind of exemplify the Wii a lot better than the shovelware crap that ended up kind of plaguing the last few years of its existence. And this was one I wasn't sure I was ever going to get. I'm not so sure I'm going to rush out to play it. But this was relatively cheap. I don't remember the price off the top of my head. And it's brand new and sealed, but this is Mad World. I know a lot of people say that this is a really good game. A lot of people say that No More Heroes is a really good game. It looks strange to me. It doesn't really look like a game I would really play. This is kind of the same, but for a good price, for a brand new, unopened copy, I thought, why not? And I'm sure one of these days I'll pop that seal open and give it a shot. Okay, and the last thing I wanted to show off is a movie, kind of, sorta, but what this is it was my first chance to give Walmart's pre-order a try for a copy of 47 Ronin. Now this is a movie that when I saw the trailers for it, I was intrigued. I happen to be a fan of Keanu Reeves, regardless of whether or not anybody thinks he's a tremendous actor. I don't think he blows anybody away or anything, but he's right in certain roles. What I did was I wanted to go see this in the theater, but I didn't get to. So I managed to buy the novelization of this movie at Walmart and read it, on my lunch break, and over the course of about 2 weeks I got it all done. I really loved the novelization. Now understand, as far as I know, this movie is not based on a book. So what I read was a book based on a movie. The book was great, it was phenomenal in my opinion. It was a really intriguing story, so I want to see how this plays out on screen. Now I can give a little bit of a sneak peek with this program here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it very well on there, but you can watch this on Vudu the night that you get this. I got this a couple days ago, redeemed my code, went to sit down and watch the movie one night, way late, probably about 11 o'clock at night. I fell asleep shortly into the movie. From what I remembered in the book, from what I was watching at the beginning of the movie, the movie was definitely skipping through a lot of the stuff that was in the book. So I don't know how that works. Somebody takes a movie and writes a novelization of it and manages to write a better story than the movie seems to be. But I paid for it. I'll be getting the movie probably sometime this week, and I'll either try to finish watching my Vudu copy or I'll just watch it when I get it in. But I have a feeling I'm going to like the book a little better than the movie itself, but most of the time that's the case. Well, that was everything that I managed to pick up here recently. Like I said, I probably have 4 or 5 games before the end of the year that I have pre-ordered that I hope to get. And that other game that's already paid for that I'm just waiting for it to finally be done and shipped out. And then, of course, there will undoubtedly be things that I will reach out and grab whenever I see them. I'm about to cash in a bunch of eBay bucks, so I'll get probably 1 or 2 freebie games or movies that way. So I'll have something else to show as far as pickups, but expect the pickup videos now to start to come to a crawl, because I don't really want to do a pickup video for 1 or 2 things. I want to show something. I want to have something to show for it and have an ample video. So anyway, that's it for this pickup video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming back if you've watched anything else. And thanks for sticking around if you choose to. And I'll see you in the next video.